Imagine a graveyard. Is it a place of peaceful rest, sunlight filtering through ancient oaks, or a site of chilling dread where the wind whistles like a scream? The difference is atmosphere, the art of making a reader feel a place. It begins by understanding tone versus mood. They're two sides of a coin. Tone is the author's attitude, sarcastic, reverent, playful. Mood is the feeling created for you, the reader, tense, eerie, hopeful. An author can use a sarcastic tone to describe a monster, which creates a mood of dark comedy instead of pure horror. But to build that mood, you can't just rely on sight. Great writers use a sensory symphony. They describe the texture of the air, the distant thrum of machinery, and especially the scent. Smell is tied directly to memory and emotion. A setting that smells of burnt ozone tells a story of technological disaster without a single paragraph of explanation. Then there's pathetic fallacy, making nature mirror a character's internal state. When a character mourns, the sky doesn't just rain, it weeps. When they're angry, the sea snarls against the cliffs. This synchronizes the inner and outer worlds, amplifying emotion. But try to avoid cliches. Instead of just rain at a funeral, maybe a character's joy is reflected in the frenetic, energetic buzzing of a beehive. Every word you choose carries weight. The room was quiet is neutral, but the room was tomb-like is heavy and ominous. You're selecting words for their emotional baggage. Finally, you must maintain this illusion. Atmosphere is a spell you cast on the reader. If you describe a serene garden, then suddenly use a word like decay without reason, you break that spell. Each scene needs a consistent soundscape and color palette to let the mood build. In the end, plot is what happens, world building is where it happens, but atmosphere is what it feels like. It transforms a simple backdrop into a living, breathing entity. The world is yours to build. Make it felt.